guys, how's it going? Red Star Nova here again. Well, I know guys, it's been a while. It's been a while. And let me explain. So what happened is I basically got a new job in the past month or so since I made my last video. And this job does keep me pretty occupied and I won't be able to put out content as much. I still want to put out Kingdom, and yes, I still will continue to put out reviews for Kingdom. But what I'm probably going to do now is going to be, I get about a week off every month or so. So I'm probably going to use that week, to review multiple chapters at once. I normally get home pretty tired, and I just don't know if I'll have the energy to be able to make a video specifically on the Monday when I get home, or Sunday or Monday when I get home, because I do work weekends sometimes. And so that's what I'm thinking about doing, is creating a video every month or so with a couple of chapters being reviewed, which is what I'm doing for this video. I will be reviewing chapters 505, 506, and 507 for Kingdom. And I know some people, it's like, you gotta try and be consistent. You gotta try, and most people will want to watch the video right when the chapter comes out, like within a day or so of the chapter coming out. And I never really intended to do YouTube as get one of those big YouTubers and I could basically almost make my living off of YouTube. This is more of just a hobby. So I'm not saying I don't care about you guys, just I have other priorities that need to take precedent over YouTube. So that's how it is, guys. Sorry for not making a video for like the past, I guess it's been a month already or so. But here we are. I will still keep making Kingdom reviews, just they won't be happening as often. But now that I've gotten that all explained, let's get started with the chapter reviews. So chapter 505 is the chapter where Yutanwa and Shin basically step up and they are getting ready to assault Retsubi. And you see how the Retsubi people have like a really high morale. They have to like last 2 days before the Zhao get there, and then one of the commanders, he's raising their morale and so basically encouraging them that they can do it. And it's just people on the Quinn army think, oh man, like Moton. You see him be like, oh, like their morale is so high, it's gonna be rough right from the very start of the whole battle. But then you have the whole part where Yutanwa, she just steps out. Before that, she's saying how it was pretty funny when she said that sieging a city is a very simple process. Like, just climbing the walls, opening the gates from the other side, and then have the troops storm in and just take over. And Shin and Ten are just like, but it's easier said than done. Like, it's not that easy. And then they have 2 days to do it. But then Yutanwa was like, nah, half a day is all we need. And I'm like, damn, she's a badass. And so what she does is she steps out, and as soon as like all her men, like her mountain tribe soldiers see her, it's like the panels look cool when they're like, you see like their morale suddenly explode, and they're like her nickname Lord of Death, Lord of Death, and it's the panels look really cool, especially that one panel where like it just looks like there's electricity all around, and that just looks awesome. So you have that scene, and she overpowers them. Like Bajio says that she overpowers her opponents always head on, and you see that happening. They're like, the people from Retsubi are like, what the heck is this? Like, what is that army? And even Shin, Ten, and Moten are all like surprised at Yutanwa and how basically her whole army basically just goes crazy. And the chapter ends with the mountain tribe soldiers just rushing in there, and they look like crazy animals or something, just running towards Retsubi. And basically that leads into chapter 506, and this chapter is more like explaining, the battle does begin, and it's basically a chapter that explains the plan that's going to happen. So at the beginning of the chapter, you see like the soldiers rushing in, and you get Yutanwa explains how her mountain tribes, there's a lot of different tribes that have certain kind of attributes or characteristics to them that make them unique compared to other tribes. and you see how the soldiers going towards the walls of Retsubi. Um, the gate the gate is open from where the Retsubi soldiers were like coming out. It was almost like coming out to provoke them in the previous chapters, but they're rushing, and then when they see them rushing in, like these soldiers that are rushing in from the mountain tribe are super fast. Like they're a mountain tribe that's known for like their high speed horses, and they're rushing in, and they shoot arrows at them, but they're moving so fast that the arrows take too long to get there, and they just rush past them, and they don't get hit. And the Retsubi soldiers, some of them don't manage to get inside before they close the gates, and the mountain tribe just crashes on them, and obviously the people from the top of the wall from Retsubi just start raining arrows down on them, and it looks like, I mean, Yotamwa begins the assault, and then the people with like ladders start going towards the wall, trying to climb up the walls of the city. But Yotamwa, it kind of looks like they're getting not really like overwhelmed, but it looks like the coin are on the losing side because they can't reach the top. And Yotamwa's like looking around, and she finally finds a point of entry, and it's kind of funny because Shin's like, what if she was just a pretty face? But she's actually stupid. And then right before she says stupid, it's like she's right behind him, and he's like, oh crap. But yeah, she finds a point of entry, and then she explains the plan to Shin in the chapter, where she's like, okay, so I'm gonna use Baggio and a couple other mountain people to climb up the ladders, and once they get to the top, I'm gonna entrust it to Baggio and them, since she knows what Baggio's capable of, and once he reaches the top, she knows that it'll be over. And then she tells Shin, but there's one key factor, just I need to know if you have some good archers, that way they can attack the people on the walls from a distance. That way it's easier for Baggio and his men to get up. So Shin basically is like, oh, yeah, we have some good archers, and then you see Jin and Tan pop up at the end of the chapter, getting ready. They step to the plate, getting ready to go to their first battle. And that's kind of it for that chapter. One other thing that I thought was kind of funny was the whole Uhon scene where he hears that the Yotamwa army and the Hishin unit were the ones that started the raid on Retsubi, and he's like, oh man, I gotta see what this is all about. I gotta see what the Hishin unit's kind of like capable of or something. He didn't say anything, but he's just like, I'm going to the battlefield now. And then that's about it for 506. 507 is more, I guess you could say, is a more psychological chapter, because Jin and Tan, at the end of the chapter for 506, they were seen stepping up and getting ready to go to war. But in 507, they get told that they're going to be heading out there. And once they actually get to the point where they're going to start attacking with their arrows, they're not able to do it. Shin tells Yotamwa as well, like, these guys have yet to see, or have yet to kill their first enemy, or their first, I guess, take a human life. And that's like the main issue. And it's them battling out with their inner selves, like, can we actually take a human life? And, it's a battle, and some people might be like, well, you should be able to, kill people. It's war. But the thing is, with archers, it's not the same as with like a common foot soldier, because common foot soldiers, they go to the front lines and they start fighting with like their swords, or normally a melee weapon. And melee weapons, the fighting with that is that if you don't attack your enemy, then they're gonna attack you, and then you're gonna die. So it's basically like you're forced to kill people. However, with archers, you're at a distance, and you're not really in a, yes, it's still dangerous, but you're not as in a position that's as dangerous as a frontline soldier. So these guys, they're shooting arrows from a distance, and they're killing people that they may not even be aware that they're gonna die to an arrow. So I guess that feeling of killing people that don't even know what they're gonna die, it's like they're kind of like defenseless to your arrows, like they can't do anything. So Jin and Tan, they don't have the confidence to actually, or the guts to kill people at the beginning of the chapter. But then what they do is they kind of look at it at a different point of view. Instead of looking at it as a way of just taking someone's life that's kind of like random. No, they have to think about it in this way. If they don't shoot the arrows and kill the people that are at the top of the wall, then those people are going to be killing their allies. And when you look at it in that way, yeah, no one's really going to want someone they care about or their allies to die. So that kind of puts them back in the situation where they're forced to shoot it. Similarly to the common foot soldier that I just explained a few minutes ago. So that's what Jin realizes, and he's like, no, we have to do this. He gets his resolve. He shoots his arrows, and he's a beast. Like, he's just hitting, every arrow's landing and hitting someone like right in the freaking eye or something, and he kills a lot of people. And Tan, on the other hand, he might realize this because Jin does tell him, but he still doesn't have enough confidence, and like he gets the confidence to shoot his arrow, but he keeps missing. And Jin tells him, no, you can't stop, keep shooting, and he keeps shooting and everything. He doesn't end up getting his, I guess, his aim doesn't come back to him. I mean, I think he doesn't have enough resolve yet. Jin, though, Jin's a beast. And then the chapter ends with, even though Tan wasn't really able to help much, I guess Jin, he put in a lot of work. Because at the end of the chapter, you have Bajio stand up, and he's on top of the wall already. So next week's chapter, that's basically the chapter ends. So next week's chapter, it's probably gonna be Bajio, just storming the wall and going, like, he might be going full savage or something. And we already know what Bajio can do. So he and his men might just destroy everyone on top. And I think that either at the end of next chapter, or maybe 2 chapters from now, the chapter will probably end with Bajio opening up the door, and I feel like Shin is gonna lead his army. Like, you're gonna see Shin like running in, like maybe raising his glaive up or something, and leading his army inside the city. That's how I feel like either the next chapter or the one after that, how they're gonna end. Which, it's gonna suck because it's a cliffhanger, but you gotta get used to these things. Keep the story, I guess. Keep that desire to keep reading. So yeah, that's what I think about what's going to happen next in the next couple chapters. And that's about it for the review, guys. That's 3 chapters for this review. Like I said, I will be doing these probably on a monthly basis. I'll try, if I have the willpower or, I guess, time to actually make a video when the chapter comes out. I'll try to do it, but I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm only guaranteeing that I'll make a chapter review when I have a week off. So yeah, guys, that's about it for these reviews. I hope you enjoyed them. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all for the next video. Peace.